one night is never enough. You know that you are going to be tested at some point. They generated some dangerous throw-ins, and especially one big save that Abbey had to make on the corner. Apart from that, I think we dominated the game and created the biggest chances, but till you score 2-0, the game is not over.
Grew into the game, wanted us to be quite aggressive and proactive and front-footed. You can't always do that when you come to places like this. You have to pick your moments when you do that. But I felt we definitely grew into the game and rolled the dice a little bit towards the end, and that probably cost us the second goal, but I'm okay with that.
Ben White comes in and he has a great performance. He's been training really well, he's been patient. Obviously Julian has been playing, that has been outstanding as well, but yeah, I love him. I think he's a player that when you need him, he's always there, and I'm really happy that he played such a great game today.
Well, I know you agree with him, Danny, because while Arsenal have also got injuries to contend with, tonight Mikel Arteta chose to make some changes, didn't he, to his side, and actually they stood up to the challenge.
Well, it's becoming remarkable now how good their squad is, because Timber and Saka play on the right-hand side normally, which is arguably one of the best combinations down the right side in Europe. And then they bring in White and Madueke, who look like they'd played together for seasons. It was a beautiful combination. They caused Brentford all sorts of problems in the first half. I mean, Brentford made changes as well, to be fair to them. But in the first half, we've seen Ben White in years gone by get really high up and have that combo with Saka, but he did it with Madueke. Lovely. They were really combining nicely, considering they haven't had that much time together, or hardly any, in fact. And that was a little warning early on. Of course, Odegaard played, and he outside as well. Moreno playing, who's seems to pop up with these goals so often, but it's a great little touch from Madueke. And can you produce that little bit of quality from a full-back area? Yes, great cross. Gets the goal and then relaxes them. And it kept coming always down this right side the first half. Not so much in the second, but you see how willing he is to get in behind Madueke and just keep getting forward. And he's, to be fair to him, you know, considering he hasn't played that much, level of fitness was really good as well. And Madueke was playing like he had a point to prove. His confidence is up. And he nearly got just rewards for his first half performance here. It's a terrific last gasp tackle from Rico Henry. Moreno, who was outstanding, he keeps getting chosen because he's got this wonderful ability to play in all these positions and come up with goals. And in the second half, if you're Brentford and Madueke's just gone off, I'll tell you what we'll do, we'll bring Saka on. Just what you need as a left-back. And he gets the goal, a little bit fortunate, but that killed Brentford off. Brentford actually did well in the second half, but Arsenal's strength and depth is really, really good, and it's going to be tested now with the injuries we've seen.
Yeah, unbeaten in 18 in all competitions. 8 out of 10 games are to 0, so the defence stands up. But when you've lost Saliba and Gabriel, Mosquera went off tonight, Rice went off tonight as well. This looks like it's going to be one of the most testing periods for them in terms of keeping up that relentlessness in their challenge.
Yeah, well, they've covered the defence quite well in recent times when they've had injuries there, and I think Saliba's close to coming back, so that's not as big a problem. We haven't seen this Arsenal team cope without Rice yet. So if he is injured and the calf is a problem, we'll see how they adapt to that. That's going to be a big miss if he is missing for the Villa game on Saturday.
Mikel, at 1-0 for so long in that match, was it uncomfortable for you at times?
It is always, and against Brentford, because they just need a throw-in, and it's a chaos and an adventure, and 1-0 is never enough against them. It's true that way. I think we dominated the game, created the biggest chances. We only conceded one chance on the save of David from the corner, I think. Overall, very happy, because the week that we had, 3 days later, without any kind of recovery, to do what we've done again, I'm very pleased and proud of the players.
You just mentioned that save, and I have to ask you about it, because David Raya, you've spoken about the difference that he's made for you in goal. That was one of the best saves of the season, wasn't it?
Yeah, I haven't looked at the back, but it looked like a great reaction and a really important one. I think their keeper made some very good saves as well, because we had some big open chances. But that's what you need in key moments, our players individually, to do what they have to do. And we certainly done it. Another clean sheet, that we had 4 games without a clean sheet and a good victory.
Clean sheet, 18 unbeaten, 4 wins in a row at home. You tick all of those things off, and you also add into the fact you've had so much football to play. You spoke about rotation before the game. Right now, are you getting maximum out of this team, do you think?
Yeah, especially because the amount of injuries that we still have, and we lost Saliba, we lost Big Gabi, today we lost Mosquera. Yeah, it's been a challenge, but yeah, Julian had to play as a centre, but whoever comes in, Ben White, I think he was excellent today. So everybody that given the opportunity is performing.
Yeah, and given the players that aren't available and the way he's rotated and the week they've had, some run of results for them.
Yeah, 3 points were very important today. That was not the best game so far from Arsenal, but they created the best chances, and I think they deserve to win. I'm worried about Mosquera and as well Rice. I don't know if Rice is injured, but it's good to make a turnover today. And after the week they had, 3 very important heavy games. So, but I don't want to get more injured players,
He's talked about players continually stepping up. Mikel Moreno's right at the top of that queue.
Amazing.
With another goal, another headed goal in that first 10 minutes tonight.
It's amazing how he's very impressive, in this position. Michael, I think you can give him more advice, but he's filled up, the gap, in this position. And as I said before, he scored a great goal again, His movement is kind of typical of a striker, in a penalty area between defenders. He cut, the cross, great cross, from White. Great movement as well on the right flank. And his finishing is great because he's typical of a striker, He's cutting the edge on the first post, and he anticipates, the movement of this defender, and the finishing is great. So Gyökeres must ask himself what I'm doing on the bench.
That's 11 he's got for club and country this season, Mikel Moreno.
Exactly, and we never really had him down as a regular goal scorer until sort of the last year or so, and he's really stepped up to the plate. I mean, I love the timing of that run, and he's got that. He's very good in the air. There's lots of people that can head the ball if they're unchallenged, but when you time a run like that, it's got to be so precise. Like, you can make your run early and you'll end up way past the near post, or you'll end up pushing on to the next defender. So you're trying to find a gap in between, like a 2-yard gap, and you've got to time that to perfection, literally passing the defender as the ball is just about to land on the defender's head, and you nip in front and nod it in. And that timing is so difficult. I mean, it takes years and years and years of practice to understand, right, what's the defender going to do? What's the wide man going to do? When he crosses it, because if you get there a split second too far, the defender sees it and wrestles you out the way or heads out the way. You've got to almost catch him, bang, in the last split second, just nip in front of him and score. And it's a very difficult skill. People look at that and think it was a reasonably easy header. Well, the header's the easy bit. The timing of the run is, and he's got that. He's a very, very good timer of his runs.
Yeah, and it stayed that way for a long time. You're a little bit anxious in that second half at 1-0, but eventually Saka off the bench settled it. Score now. There's the next 6. It's Villa away, which is very difficult on Saturday morning, potentially. They've won again tonight, 8 out of the last 9. Club Brugge, of course, away in the Champions League, where Arsenal are at the top. Wolves, Everton, Palace and Brighton. I mean, they've got a real opportunity to get a stranglehold at the top of this league here.
They have. I mean, the 2 away games, Aston Villa and Everton, let's just focus on the Premier League here. Those 2 away games could be a little bit tricky, but I can't really see anybody at the Emirates at the moment. I can't really see anyone taking points off Arsenal. Certainly not Wolves, the way they're going. 2 points so far in the league so far. Crystal Palace are a good team, but that's in the League Cup, so it won't concern Mikel Arteta so much. And then, of course, Brighton at home. Brighton concede a lot of goals, but they can beat anybody, Brighton, on the day. But it's not the worst run in the world, that. I think this next game away at Aston Villa is a big challenge. If they win that, then, wow, they're looking imperious.
Yeah, the early kick-off on Saturday. Now, you asked about Declan Rice. Mikel Arteta has said he will be assessed tomorrow.
Mosquera left the game with injury. I hope it's not that bad, for him, because this guy is so important.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So another good night for Arsenal at the top of the Premier League. But as you've mentioned, drop points at Anfield for Liverpool.
I mean, that was a hard-fought win in the end, but I'm sure from your point of view, it was about getting the 3 points, was it?
Yeah, that's all it was about, to be fair. Last week was a really intense week, 3 massive games. It was on such a high, and today, we just needed to get the job done, and we did that, so we're happy.
You got to watch that for a lot of the match. What was it like from the bench, watching that first half in particular?
Yeah, I felt we controlled the game really well. We started really well. This man got the assist. I'm happy for him, but yeah, we're just looking for the second goal, which we got in the end, and that secured us the victory.
Yeah, Ben back in the side, another start for you this season, a second, and you had some marauding runs, you pulled the ball back for the opening goal as well. What was it like out there today?
Yeah, it was nice. Obviously not played too many games this season. The boys have been unbelievable, so I think it's just about supporting everyone, whoever's playing, whoever's not, sticking together, and when you do get a chance to perform as high as you can.
It has been mentioned as well that the depth in squad at Arsenal this season, when it comes to the title race, could be one of the differences. Do you think you've got the best squad depth in the league?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, training every day with all these players is unbelievable, and there's players that don't get any minutes that would probably start in any other team. So yeah, it's a pleasure every day to work with these boys.
What do you think?
Same as Ben.
Yeah. And just talk me through the goal for a second. Did you think it was going to cross that line? Were you wondering, because you'd had a near miss as well just before that?
Yeah, I just had a near miss just before that, and I was just hoping I'd get another chance, I'll score it, and obviously at first it looked like it wasn't going in, but then the bounce was nice for me, so yeah, I was happy to see it go in.
A lot of football lately. Just finally, just sum up how you're feeling as a squad about this season. It's all going well, 18 unbeaten.
Yeah, you just got to take game by the game. I think such a long season, don't want to get carried away with anything, and just keep doing what we're doing.
Fantastic. Bakaya, would you do the honours? Because Ben White, you are player of the match. Congratulations.
Congrats, bro. Thank you. You deserve it.
Against Brentford, Mikel Moreno with another goal, and the players, Manu, that Mikel Arteta brought in tonight, all combining in the build-up.
Yeah, great lineup from Arteta, and great movement between those two players, and I really like the way he made his header, Mourinho, and he cut the cross, we can see the desire he put into the header, just in front of the defender, and I wonder if Gyökeres was very happy with that, because since he plays up front, he always scores goals.
Yeah. Times it really well, doesn't he? I mean, that's the whole essence of a centre-forward in that situation, is to meet the ball literally a foot past the defender. So you've got to time your run perfectly. It's basically just after the ball leaves the crossing player's foot is when you make your run, and you try to time it just as you get past that defender.
And let's remember, he is predominantly an attacking midfield player. Since February, when he was asked in those emergency circumstances to play up front for Arsenal, he has the most headed goals.
How many goals he scored already?
So he has now got 13 goals in this calendar year, more than any other Arsenal player.
It's going to be the best scorer so far in Arsenal. Amazing.
And as you can see, second on the list is Kevin Schade. He crashed a header there against the crossbar. Should he have done?
Who should have scored? Yeah, this is probably an easier chance than the Moreno goal, actually. He's pretty central. All the pace is on the cross. It's an in-swinging ball. Anywhere low, really. Can he get above it and head it down? I mean, it's a great save. How good is this goalkeeper?
Amazing save.
What a fantastic save by Raya. But he gives him a chance, and he shouldn't give him a chance. There's a lot of the goal to aim for there. It's a massive chance. And listen, when you're Brentford, when you go into the Emirates, you're not going to get many chances like that. You simply have to score them.